What's good, y'all? This your country cousin Pete McCorvey, a.k.a. Petey Mac. Man, get on up here. Pull you up one, light you up one, kick your shoes off, relax, baby. You around family. We on the porch. It's Pete McCorvey's Porch Talk. Let's do this.
What's up, family? This your country cousin Pete McCorvey, a.k.a. Petey Mac, and welcome back to the porch once again. This is a Veterans Day episode, man. Yeah, I'm going to have 2 episodes this week. You know, it's Veterans Day. I always try to do this on holidays, try to give y'all a double up, you know, because we got more time to chill on the porch and kick it. Y'all got more time to sip what you sip, smoke what you smoke, and God forbid, whatever you do to get your mind in a tranquil, peaceful state. So we kicking it up here on the porch. We just enjoying life, man. Before I get started, man, look, man. So what I've been doing lately, I just been in the house relaxing, been reading and, you know, watching the movies. Like I said, y'all know I'm a movie buff. So I go back and like get a bunch of classic movies and just watch them to see what's going on. So, y'all, I've watched Gone with the Wind. Y'all know Gone with the Wind. You know the story of Scarlett O'Hara, Rhett Butler. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. Don't know how that's considered one of the world's greatest movies of all time. That movie overrated as hell. Long as hell. Damn near 4 hours drawn out. And then they said it's supposed to be the love story. You know, if you've heard it in, you know, folklore, it's supposed to be the passionate love story of Scarlett O'Hara and Rhett Butler. They only showed them out of that whole 40, excuse me, I'm jumping ahead. Out of that whole 4-hour movie, they only showed them together for like 45 minutes. Because to be honest with you, the last hour or 45 minutes of that goddamn movie, they could have kept to themselves. I think even the critics said back then was like, you left too much in there from the book. Because it's based on a 1936 novel from Margaret Mitchell. And they were like, you left too much in there. Which is crazy, though, because the story majority take place in Clayton County. And for those y'all don't know from Atlanta, Clayco. And that's wild to see old prim white people in Clayco. Because Clayco don't look shit like that now, especially where it's supposed to be Terra, which like they said Terra Boulevard. And Jonesboro named after boy, you better not get caught on Terra Boulevard at dark Jonesboro, boy, it's gonna go down. But man, that whole movie just long drawn out. Those are only 3 things, I'm gonna be honest, I loved about the movie. I know people said the depiction of black people in that movie was, you know, very despicable. You know, it was like degrading and derogatory. But I'm going to be honest, the black people in that movie actually were the ones who was with the shit. Starting with Mammy, played by Hattie McDaniels, who was famous for saying, I'd rather play a maid for $500 a week than be one for $50 a week. You know, she played Mammy. Mammy was out there talking that talk to them white people. They didn't give a fuck how they felt. She was like in them white people's face telling them how it is. Another one was a character of Prissy, played by Butterfly McQueen, the legendary Butterfly McQueen. Everybody was talking about Prissy was silly and all this. But Prissy pulled a G move. She did what a lot of black people had to do in that time to survive. She played what my grandmama used to call country dumb. Like when she lied so she could stay back there with Scarlett and them when Sherman and his troops were marching into Atlanta, you know, and they march to the sea, burning everything like a Section 8 chick does every dude she fucking with at the club on Friday and Saturday. Man, she lied and said, I know how to give birth to babies, because one of the characters in there was pregnant and said, I know how to birth babies. I've seen it done lots of times, but then later in the movie you seen it, you realize she lied, she didn't know how to birth babies. But they showed a scene where she was dancing by the gate after people took off, she stayed behind. Basically, Prissy was like, I done got over on these goddamn crackers, man. I done got over. She was happy, having a good time. And then the last reason why I like it for depicting of black people, scene was Scarlett got in trouble. And she needed help from one of her old slaves, Big Sam. This man got up and did what I know probably made a lot of white people gasp back in 1939 when the movie was released. That man punched a white man on screen. So that was beautiful to see a brother punching a white dude back then. So I know they probably like, what the fuck? But yeah, so that depiction, and then it was something that one of the characters said, and that's a character named Ashley Wilkes. He's actually who Scarlett was trying to go for the whole damn movie, when all the Southern gentlemen was at this barbecue at the plantation, and they were talking about, we need to fight, we can lick the Northerners and all that. Nobody wanted to listen to Rhett Butler, when Rhett Butler was like, man, look, they got shipyards, railroad, they got cannon factories, they got way more, so all we got is cotton, slave, and arrogance. Ashley said a brilliant line. He said, most of the world's misery was started by wars. He said, and when the wars was over, nobody even knew what they were for. And that is still applying to this day. You know, but like, as far as like the love story, especially with Scarlett O'Hara, Scarlett was a hot girl before it was cool. That woman was the epitome of self-absorbed, narcissistic. If it's what she wanted, it's what she wanted. And then at the end, you know the famous line by Rhett Butler when she was like, what will I do? And he's like, frankly, my dad, I don't give a damn, and walk out like a boss. She still didn't get like, I'll get him back. Like, you still don't get it. And I've been Rhett Butler plenty of times in my life. I've, been with a woman, but I'm not going to sit there and just be all in her face, because it's like, man, I ain't finna be in your face. I know your bullshit. I'm not finna be doing all that. Then when you do get with her, she show you that bullshit she on, and you walk off, and she like, so you just gonna quit this? It's like, yeah. So like, you just don't even care about me. Like, no, I don't give a damn. Like, holla at you and go on about your business. So Rhett, played by Clark Gable, the legendary Clark Gable, was the epitome of every like good dude out there who is with a woman, but straight up let her know at the end, like, yeah, you playing me for a sucker, and I ain't doing this. I'm out. But other than that, like, movie was shot beautifully. Because it definitely spearheaded the golden age of Hollywood, which was from 1939 to 1955. It definitely did that because it was shot wonderfully. The music on it was great, but just the content of the movie itself, too damn long. Oh, too damn long. It's just too damn long. And it was, like I said, overhyped. It's just overhyped. Only reason why I probably was considered that because it's like white people still want to romanticize about the old South and still wishing that the Powercast was the way it was 50 years before the movie was out. But that wasn't. Speaking of Powercast and everything, look like it's some good news coming off the hill in DC. So, look like we seen early this morning, look like the government shut down, early yesterday morning, I'm sorry. The government shut down, they finally reached an agreement, and it's coming to an end. By damn time. Because you got our service members sweating, trying to figure out if they gonna get paid. You got these government employees who haven't been paid since this started. And this shit needs to come to an end. All the people saying that the Democrats folded and all that, and they can't believe that. They say the Democrats account. Let me tell y'all something. If you haven't figured this out by now, especially by black and brown people, I'm going to tell you straight like this. The Democrats don't give a damn about you the same way the Republicans do. The only thing is, the Republicans, I respect them. I'm not going for them, because I still understand they don't like me based on my color and my income bracket. But at least the Republicans, like I always say, when people see I'm from the South and they talk about racism and there's racism everywhere else, I said, at least I know they don't like me. Straight up. They have the balls to tell me they don't like me versus you pretending like you give a damn about me, but deep down inside, you don't care either. Because I've always said, I'm going to say this. Those damn Democrats, all them people, you know, a lot of them want to say they marched in the civil rights and this, that, and the third. And they was on the front line. Let me tell you something. They did that just so they could simply tell the kids and their grandkids, hey, I sat there and I did this because I did that just so I could make the world go round. I made the world a better place, but they never really cared. And I'm going to tell you why they never really cared, because when the heat was on, it's like, okay, well, if you want to fight for them, you got to do that. They bagged the fuck off. But it's not like I'm saying they're necessarily hypocritical in their mind. They are hypocritical, but the thing is, it's like if you black, you're a little black kid that grew up, especially if you grew up, you was a millennial, you're a boomer, you're a Gen Xer. What's the number one thing your mama told you? Don't be meddling in other people's business. That ain't got nothing to do with you. So that's pretty much what they took. They took that way of thinking and they got their ass the fuck on. Because they don't, it's like, and I'm finna lose my life, lose my livelihood, and this ain't even for me. I already got mine, and they bagged off. So Democrats, people talking about, oh, the Democrats, but the Democrats ain't never fucking been for y'all. And the sooner y'all learn that, the better y'all gonna be. They're not for us for real. Because the main thing the Democrats claim that they're fighting for the poor, they're fighting for the immigrants. But you sitting there trying to halt a lot of these government employees, you are halting a lot of these government employees, and you then they're playing with military's pay. Here's the thing y'all don't understand. A lot of these poor and immigrant people that you're trying to help, they're in the military. A lot of poor people join the military to break their cycle of poverty. And a lot of people who are immigrants join the military because it can help them become naturalized citizens of the United States. So for you to sit there and stop them from getting paid, you ain't got a fucking clue, and you that delusional about the people you're helping. You might as well just go on over there with the red sign. So that's why I'm just saying everybody's like hanging their hand on the Democrats. Democrats have always been some damn punks in my book. They never want to fight. They're like, well, we're not going to fight. We're just going to sit there, stick our head in the sand, and we going to pray and hope that one day you'll see. Nah, You can't do that. Y'all got to knuckle up, let your nuts hang, and take it to them. But y'all never want to do that. And I really don't want to do. We need to get people's payback in order and all this, that, and third. I know y'all big thing is health care, insurance premiums, and all that. But hey, look here, man. You talking about that, and people don't even have a stream of income in. And y'all going to war and buckling for this. There's a lot of other shit y'all should have been buckling down and locking horns with them people for. So don't get like that now. So, like I said, this is hopefully they can move forward and people can start getting paid, go back to work, and get their financial situation back on track. So y'all dropped the ball, but be honest with y'all ain't never had the rock to begin with. So, fuck it, whatever, man. On to some better stuff, and I am so happy. I was happy about it when I heard about it a few months ago, but this past weekend, it is now really a thing. Andre Benjamin and Antoine Patton, better known as Andre 3000, aka 3 Stacks, and Big Boy, aka Daddy Fat Sacks, are now officially inducted members of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I've said it once, I've said it twice, I've said it 1,000 times. I heard where it's about damn time. Oh man, the speech was wonderful. The performance was boy, it just, like I said, I told people I've always loved rap. And I know y'all know I am a big G-Funk fan. So this is going to surprise y'all when I say the song that made me fall in love with hip-hop. I've always loved rap because, like I said, my brother Tony and Brian was in my house. They were older than me, so rap was always being played in the house. But I ain't gonna say I fell in love with it. I fell in love with hip hop because of these two brothers. And the song that made me fall in love with hip hop from them was Elevators. It was just something about that. I still remember where I was. I was in my mama's car in my grandma's yard, Moss Point, Mississippi. My mom had to run in my grandma's house for something. I think my uncle was out there too. My Uncle Benny was out there. I know, and the sun was starting to set. That came on, and it was just the way the sun was setting. I mean, it was like, it's not like when it's that orange, purple. It's like when it's like that light blue type of sunset that's happening. And then Elevators came up with, back then everybody called it Me and You. And now even in parentheses is Me and You. It came on, I'm like, man, who is this? Who are these guys? And this song, it just was a vibe to me. It was a vibe. And I was like, yo, I love this art form. This has got to be the greatest thing on earth. And then right after that, my mama came out and we started driving home. The vibe kept going because MC Light and Escapes Keep On Keeping On from the Sunset Park soundtrack played. So that's why, like, I'm not to digress, but I'm just saying, it was just a vibe, and I'm like, yo, I love this art form. So I'm so happy that these two brothers are finally up there in the legion of musical greats. Oh, speaking of musical greats and everything, they released the trailer for the Michael Jackson biopic. Fans got mixed reviews. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, they look like they got the aesthetic. People, man, like, he don't look like. I'm like, bro, you're not going to get somebody going to look 100% like the person. The only two people in biopics that I seen that look 100% like the people they were portraying, well, not even 100%, but they was damn near close. That was Jamie Foxx as Ray Charles and Ray, and Jennifer Lopez and Selena Quintanilla Perez in Selena. Well, you know, J-Lo, she pretty much hit the aesthetic because, you know, her and Selena, you know, they was, God bless them. They was highly favored, if you know what I mean. Because, you know, Selena, I don't want to speak ill on her or anything like that. I mean, though we was understood, don't need to be said. But it's played by his nephew, Jafar, who is Jermaine's son. So at least get somebody who in the family. The only thing I had, looked like everything was good. They got everything, looked like every little detail down to the wire. The only thing that kind of threw me for a loop, they were part of the trailer, they were showing Mike obviously recording Thriller with Quincy Jones. Had I not seen that bucket hat on him, I don't even think I would have known that was Quincy Jones, man, to be honest with you. Because I like I said, because the guy they got to play Quincy Jones, I'm like, okay, he a little too young at this period of time for Quincy. But they got, like I said, the aesthetic was down. I'm looking forward to it. And they said it's coming out in April, which is surprisingly right around the corner, relatively speaking. Because, you know, I was expecting them to say that they're like coming soon, 2027 or something. But like, we got 4 or 5 months. Oh, I know them tickets going to be sold out. And as my homeboy John said, he like, if it ain't 3 hours plus, he was like, hey, I don't even want to go see it. Look like they're going to go from all the way from what they showed in the trailer. They're going to at least go from him in the Jackson 5 all the way up to the Bad era. That's what we saw in the trailer. So, fingers crossed on that. Oh, and I mentioned Selena. So, Netflix is apparently doing a documentary on Selena very soon. As much as I love Selena's music, I love her story, I'm kind of getting sick and tired of these documentaries. You know, I'm really getting sick and tired of these documentaries. It's two types of documentaries I'm getting tired of. I'm getting tired of Selena documentaries, and I'm getting tired of documentaries of 2004 Boston Red Sox. Y'all have, goddamn it, what else can y'all tell from these two stories. They just, golly, I mean, hopefully, I don't know, man. I don't even know what to say. It's just like DJ Khaled, another one. Still on the subject of music, this past week, Reason, he released his album, Everything, My Blue Soul. You know, Jimmy Waters, he released another EP, it's 4-piece tape, obviously 4 songs on there. You know, they were just, you know, West Coast, you know, just West Coast music, cool player vibe, West Coast music. I mess with them. Then my boy AJ Snow, he released a single. He can't miss. Him and Sledgerin released a single called Never Been. More player vibe shit from them, like Sunset Drive and music. But the piece de resistance, for y'all slow motherfuckers out there listening, that means the best of the best. A cream of the crop or the cherry on top, whatever, however you look at it. Everywhere We Go by Pimp C, Project Pat, Bun B, and Corey Moe. But boy, they took it back to the late 90s, early 2000s with that, you know that vibe that like Texas and Memphis had. They took it back with that one. Boy, I was in my car like bouncing like I was in a damn one of them old box Chevys with the logo from a restaurant or a cereal box on it on Blaze, man. Yeah, that song right there, it took me back, man. So music wise, this past week has been wonderful. Now we're about to go into something that kind of saddens me. Sunday evening, we lost a legend. On Sunday evening, we lost Lenny Wilkens, NBA legend, left us. Lenny Wilkens was just like, you can't say NBA. A lot of y'all, if y'all remember NBA Live back in the day when you get like the all 60s team and all 70s team, I'm not mistaken, he was on the 70s team, if I'm not mistaken. He might have been, he was either 6 or the 7, but I'm pretty sure I remember him being on the 70s team. All 70s team. He was drafted into the NBA in 1960 and played an amazing 16 seasons. He led the NBA in assists in 1970. He was the MVP of the 1971 NBA All-Star Game. He was a 9-time NBA All-Star. I mean, he was getting buckets, getting to the money. He's the most winningest coach in NBA history, but he's also the most losingest coach in NBA history. That means he coached a lot of games. He's considered one of the greatest 15 coaches in NBA history. That means he up there with Pat Riley, Phil Jackson, Pop. He up there with them boys. He coached the Seattle Supersonics to the only title they had in 1979. 1996, he was voted as one for the 50th anniversary of the NBA. He was one of the 50th greatest players in NBA history. Then he got on the list for one of the NBA's greatest 75. One of the NBA's 75 greatest players when they had their 75th anniversary of the league in 21. Been inducted into the Naismith Hall of Fame on 3 separate occasions. In 1989 as a player, in 1998 as a coach, and in 2010 as being part of the Dream Team where he was one of the assistant coaches. Last but not least, why this really touched my heart is because he's a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. When I was pledging, he was one of the people that they highlighted to us about prominent members of Alpha Alpha. It's like right behind Martin Luther King, Andrew Young, like just prominent people. That's who he was one of the people that they highlighted was a member of Alpha Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. Man lived a full life, because all those accolades, man, it's amazing to get a third of that. That man lived a full, not just basketball life. That is a full life. That is greatness that you can't even possibly fathom. But R.I.P. to Lenny Wilkins. Walk with the ancestors, man. Hopefully you, Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, y'all up there playing some, and a few other NBA greats up there playing some pickup, man. Because you earned it, brother. Rest well. While we still in the realm of sports, let's move on to these damn Florida State Seminoles. They lost 24-10 to Clemson. Now, Clemson just hadn't had a good year. Like I said, I don't know what's going on in the SEC. The SEC just, it don't look like how it used to look. But like I said, that's the NIL and that portal. It changed the tide for a lot of shit. But to lose, oh my God, I don't know. I just, whatever, man. That's all I can say about the Seminoles. The Clemson, who was 2-6 coming into the game. Y'all 4-4 and you lost it. It just, man, I done already said what they need to do, but they ain't gonna do it, because I don't know. Like, Mark Norvell must got some dirt on people. Like Jerry Jones got some dirt on people because he can stay in the Cowboys office. Because I don't understand how this shit happens and you still are allowed to coach this team. But like I said, I know we're going to get one more win. We're going to at least walk out of this season with at least 5 wins, because the reason I say that, because we beat Florida, because Florida just got their ass scored draw by Kentucky 38-7. Boy, when I was growing up, if you would have heard Kentucky score drag Florida in football, we've been looking like, what the hell is going on? Yeah, like times changed. Like I said, I don't know. But my Broncos rolling on. Thursday night football, they beat the Raiders 10-7. That defense in Denver is holding up. But it's like them commentators said at the beginning of the game. They're like, because everybody's saying Denver look like they're going to Super Bowl. One of the commentators said, if your offense can't click like your defense, you ain't gonna make it to Super Bowl. And I don't know what is going on with that offense and Bo Nix. Like, they can't, because Bo Nix showed promise. He showed him, but for some reason, I don't, like I said, it's hard for me, but with the Raiders as crappy as they are, and you can only squeak out 10 points past them, that concerns me. But it also showed it's a tradition. I don't know what it is about Thursday night football. It's a tradition for Thursday night football to have the most boringest, games, or just the most uneventful games. And it's been like that ever since Amazon took over. Ever since Amazon took over Thursday night football from the NFL network, them games have just been, they've been just like, they just been shit that, like, they put you to sleep. You pretty much put Thursday night football on for background dogs go to sleep. They are just always getting the worst matches. I'm starting to think they like, look, man, just y'all go out there and just do what y'all do. Have fun, play around. We know it's Thursday. You know, this ain't like Sunday or Monday night football. Just have fun. Just y'all do y'all. I think they honestly throw their playbooks away and just tell the players, do y'all. Because I cannot recall the last time I saw a Thursday night football game that was worth just being like, oh, that game was a good one. That game came down to the wire. It just been just boring. People can't move the ball. People just pointless turnovers. I don't know. But the Broncos, we 8-2. So, you know, win's a win. I'll take it. But yeah, that was an ugly one. That was an ugly one. I'm about to get up out of here, y'all. But before I get out of here, let me say this. I'm going to talk about this, and this is funny. So, UFC fighter Tracy Cortez. She was out in some event, and they asked her who she thinks, what NBA player she thinks would make a great UFC fighter. And she said she believes Steph Curry make a great UFC fighter. That was her taking a shot at, bro. Love Steph Curry. Best shooter of all time. But don't nothing about that man scream UFC fighter. That was her taking a shot at that man. She shot her shot at that man. She understood. She's like, look, this is a good-looking man who is great at what he does in his field. And he's 6'4". That one was straight up shooting a shot. Because, like, to straight up say, I think Steph Curry, but don't nothing about Steph Curry scream, he could get in the octagon and do damage with nobody. I ain't saying the man no punk. Like, don't get it twisted, man. The man is a grown man. That man probably can throw him if he got to throw him. But don't nothing about that man scream UFC fighter. Tracy Cortez was shooting a shot at that man. And you know what? I ain't even mad at him. Because, hey, here's the thing. What is Ayesha Curry gonna do to her? She can't check her. For obvious reasons, she can't check her. And I ain't condoning infidelity or nothing like that. Because I'm like how Nori said on his latest interview with Angie Martinez on her IRL podcast. Look, man, I respect the sanctity of marriage. And, you know, I kind of look at dudes who cheat on their wife sideways. But you know what I'm saying? But if he was to do it, I mean, hey, that woman might put it on, right? Because y'all be seeing them UFC fighters' legs, them girls' legs and all that. So that means you got to let she put that boy in that lockjaw. She gonna have that like, hey, y'all remember Boys in the Hood what Doughboy said? She gonna have that man saying moon, stars, quasars, motherfucker sound like Elroy Jetson. So, man, you know, I've always wanted to be looking and watching UFC fight, look at them legs. I was like, boy, I bet she could. You know what? I'm not gonna go into that. You know, my mama might find this podcast. I don't want to, but hey, for those y'all know what I was alluding to. But then at the end of here come old waterhead Ayesha. She gon' put up a tweet after she saw that post about some, don't bring up my man, I know your intentions. And they gonna try to put a laugh emoji in there. Oh, now he your man. Because you know, a little while ago, you was saying you ain't never want to get married. You ain't never want to do nothing like that. But now he your man. He your man now. Huh. My, how the tables have turned. What Finesse 2 times say? It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. But you know to that, I'm going to say this. Steph, this is what you need to do about that. Fuck them. Not literally, figuratively, not literally. I don't want you to break up your home and then you really go get the Sonic coins knocked out of you in that divorce settlement, man. Yo. But anyway, that's been my time on the porch this week. Y'all can find me on Facebook, search my name. You can follow me on Instagram, PDMac10, PETY, MAC10, or follow me on TikTok, PDMac89, same as the Instagram. Just drop the 1 to 0, put an 8 and 9 in this place. Like my post, comment, share. Like I said, help me run the numbers up until this weekend. Be cool, stay calm, get paid. Peace.